Okay. Hey, sunshines. How art thou? How art thou? This is Creative Stitching Diva, and I have the pleasure of having Ashley L on here with us. And I'm so excited. How are you, Ashley?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. I am great. So we were conversing about some things, and I
Mhm.
just before it got all heated up and everything, I wanted to stop before I ask all the questions and be like, y'all, I'm sorry.
Missed it.
Y'all done missed it. Because Miss Ashley, she got a story to tell. She is so talented. And
You.
just tell us about yourself. How did you get started in crocheting? How did you get started?
Well, I started right before college. We had like a family craft night, and this was before, YouTube and all that stuff. So it was back in the day. So, that's when I learned about the arts. That's how I learned about crocheting, and I realized it was such a stress relief for me. Especially, you have your classes and you have everyday life, and it just kind of be to be able to go home and crochet and just kind of release that tension. I mean, to be honest, at the beginning, it was horrible. Scarves looked like winding roads. It was just, it was not presentable, but I was happy with it and it made me happy. And I knew with anything in life, you keep going at it, you keep practicing, and once you have that love for it, you can move along that process. So I just kind of kept with it. I loved being able to see a scarf or a hat and go like, you know what? Let me try to figure out how to make that myself. And it was just kind of like that pure enjoyment and that push for myself to keep going at something, even though I defrauded a lot.
Wow. So how did you learn?
I taught myself. It was a lot because this was before YouTube, so I didn't have the opportunity to run to the computer and look it up how to do it. But my family members, they know how to crochet and knit, so they kind of taught me, and then I just would go home and just practice over and over and over again until I could figure it out.
So
And
you developed some type of love for it because if you didn't have a type of love for it, you would have never kept going.
no, because you need the number one thing it taught me was patience. Patience. I've had to start a whole project over many times, but the whole point is to always go back and try it again. You will eventually get it if you keep trying. That's the
Right.
key to it. But you have to have that love and that motivation to go back to the very beginning and want to try and hope for a better, you know, look out for it.
Exactly. I don't think I had a love for it in the beginning, so I understand exactly what you were saying, but the more I kept going back,
Yeah.
because I think I was like kind of like tricked into crocheting. I was kind of tricked into it because I was
Mhm.
depressed. So my mom told my aunt to come get me out the house. And
Yeah.
she said, come to this library. And I'm like, I'm not going to the library with the 7-year-olds. I'm not doing
Mhm.
that. But I wound up going, and thank God I went because now, this is like she said, I'm over her now. She said I do way more than what she do now.
Mhm.
I
That's what my mom says too.
You too?
They're just like, you surpassed. Yeah.
Wow, isn't that something?
Yeah. I mean,
That's crazy.
I love it.
So you said you had went to college. What college did you go to?
Well, I'm from Delaware. Well, I grew up in Delaware. So I went to Wilmington University.
Okay, okay,
Mhm.
Wilmington University.
Mhm.
And what did you go to school for?
I went to school for broadcast journalism.
Broadcast.
Mhm. And that's where I learned
Oh wow,
geography and writing and all that.
isn't that something? Because I didn't see that part, but I did see that you, as I'm a researcher, so
Oh,
I researched and I went on your YouTube, and because a person who is on a podcaster who
mhm.
is going to introduce someone else out there, I feel I need to do some research. I need to know
Yeah.
who you are and who I'm gonna bring on this set platform. And when I did that, I was like, I learned a lot more about you just looking at your YouTube and looking at your pictures and looking at certain things. So I was like, okay, okay, okay. I was telling my friend, my sister friend, I was like, she's really nice. She's really nice. And I ain't even talked to you yet. Like,
Well, thank you.
I was saying you're really nice because when you was sending me messages back, some people don't send messages back, or some people, you know, you could tell like they don't have mannerisms or anything like that. But I'm like, okay, she's really nice. She's okay. All right. But thank you for coming on and letting us know a little bit more about you, because that's the thing. We see your pictures, we see your name, we see your content that you're putting out, but we just want to know a little bit about Ashley.
Thank you so much. I mean, I loved your story and, you know, the reason why you got into this craft. And I respect that. And I feel that same way. And it has saved life. And it has, you know, I think I don't know where I, you know, would be without it. I feel like it's taught me so much about life and about myself. And I just kind of put it in that high regard. I mean, yes, I love to create, but at the same time, the reasoning behind it and the love and the passion and all that, all of those ingredients, you know, it keeps me pushing to go, you know, and I'm drawn to it. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy that you're able to come and share your story as well. I want to know what made you come up with so many different like photos and pictures, and like your mind is like over and beyond, like out of this universe.
Girl, it's like I have notebooks and notebooks full of ideas. That's what I do. I just write down all these ideas. I have so many ideas that, you know, I just sitting in bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should do this, I should do that. And, you know, at times it can be overwhelming, but I'm trying to kind of like channel it and try to, you know, release that tension. But, you know, the photography came from my self-portraits. I used to do that, you know, during college as well as another form of tranquility. So when I started to create crochet, I wanted to fuse those two worlds together. So, you know, I'll create an item sparked from, you know, whatever inspiration, and then I'll go, you know, think in my head, what's the story I want to tell from my background to kind of blend them together. So I just kind of, I have a separate notebook for photographs and a separate one for like all the ideas that I have. And it's just kind of, they're overflowing. I have so many ideas.
I was about to say, you must have so many ideas.
So many notebooks, and I'm like so overwhelmed at times.
Yeah, I could tell. And then you keep up with what's going on. And like, I saw one for Martin Luther King Day. You did that what, weeks ahead of time, or you did it days ahead of time? Or
like for Black History Month, I have like all these designs that I was inspired to do. So I have a whole like little collection that I have that, you know, that I'm inspired to share. And yeah, I write them out, then I draw them out, and then I, you know, get to work to creating it. So
do you make patterns for all of your designs?
Not for all of them. Some of them they're just kind of like, it hits me and I need to make it. So sometimes I'll be working on a project and I put it down and I just go off on this brand new idea. And, you know, some I have patterns for, and some of them I just kind of like, I just wing it and just let the inspiration guide me.
Right.
More of an in the moment kind of feeling. And I like to kind of go by that instead of being like, okay, have it be too structured, because to me, too structured just feels confined. And I feel that'll take some of the love away. So I just kind of like it to be a little bit more free and just let it guide me. Yeah.
Right. So, you gonna tell us a secret? I'm gonna put you in the hot seat.
Oh no. Oh no.
What are you doing for Black History Month? One thing. Tell us. One thing. You can tell us. I swear I won't tell nobody.
Well, I'm trying to get back into fusing fabric and crochet together. So I have some beautiful prints that I'm going to fuse together with crochet.
Oh, that's so creative.
So I have some ideas that I haven't done any, you know, those fabric fusions that I used to do with crochet. I used to do it like way back in the very beginning when I got back into crocheting. So I have some prints, and I also have some, some outfits inspired,
Okay.
ready to go.
Nice. Okay. So I'm looking forward
Sitting
to
next to me,
that.
but I'm not gonna show it.
You can show it. I won't tell nobody.
Should I not tell?
I promise. We friends.
Just a little.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that African art?
Yep. I wanted to do some abstract kind of pieces that I want to do that are inspired. So, yeah, that's just one of them.
Ashley, that is so creative.
Oh, thank you.
And you're gonna do that on like shirts and stuff like that. Like,
Shirts,
wow,
skirts, all of the above.
how cool. You know what? So I'm Graffian Queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm a Graffian Queen. So I do Graffians myself. I don't do clothes with, pictures with clothes, but what I do is blankets, and a lot of people like, oh, that's too much. But if you really think about it, that you're actually doing a blanket. You're actually doing, people don't realize that. But if you're doing a shirt that's like 100 by 100, and then you got to do the back, you're actually doing a blanket. You might as well just do the daggone blanket. That's what a lot of people say. No, that's too big. I'm gonna be overwhelmed. You're really doing a blanket. You're just doing maybe a smaller blanket, but you're doing a blanket.
Yeah.
Have you done a blanket before, like an actual Graffian blanket?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've done them several times actually.
Actually, I think I did see one. The lollipop, was that a blanket?
Yep.
Yes.
So that will be done for 6 months as well.
You made that for someone specifically?
I made it for me. It had always been in my list. Like that was in my notebook of one of the ones that I really wanted to do. And I kept on putting it back. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go for it because I really want it. So, let me just put that time in. And it's overwhelming at times. But to me, I feel like the finished product is always worth it because it's just like, I did that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know, right? Like when you sit back and you look, you like, okay, all right.
I did that.
Get it, girl, right? So what photo is the photo that made your IG just blossom? Or was it photos? It wasn't just one, it was more than one or just one?
I'm not sure. I'm not too. It has to be one of the more cinematic ones. I'm pretty sure.
I think that I saw you on Etsy before I saw you on IG. Mm-hmm. But see, I'm also old school. I'm old school. So I wasn't an Instagram type of person, nor was I TikTok, or I was always on Facebook.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
I was pushed into Instagram.
Oh, really?
Because I always crochet, but I never shared it. So like I had friends and family members that were just like, no, there's a whole community online and just share it, just put it out there. And I'm like, and then I finally just started.
Well, see, look what happened.
I know.
Look what happened. You have a YouTube page, but I don't see you put a lot of content on there. Is that something you want to do, or is that something you just want to do every now and then?
I definitely want to get back into it. I had planned to 2020, but 2020 wanted to be 2020. So we kind of put a back to it, but I definitely have, once again, a notebook full of ideas that I want to do for YouTube. There's a lot of things that I want to be more interactive with and also kind of get into inspiration and how-tos for some of the stuff that I make. So I definitely want to get back into it. It's just that doing the videos is a lot of work too.
And that's why I do lives, because to do the actual recorded, like I have one for tomorrow, a recorded one, and to actually sit there and edit, I think that's the hardest part. The doing the video is not hard. It's the editing that you do.
That gets you.
But
Hmm.
let me tell you something. Ashley, when I went on your YouTube, right? You made it like a little movie. It was like a little movie. And I'm
Hmm.
looking at this like, this girl, you gotta show me how you do this. I'm like, I don't even like, I'm nowhere near there.
See, my brothers, they help me because my brother is a videographer. He's a director, so he does the editing and he shoots for me.
Ah, you got it.
We all come together as a team and we create this kind of
I need some brothers like that. I don't have brothers, but I need some sisters like that. But man, that is great for all you guys to be under one. How many brothers you have? You have brothers and sisters?
No, I just have two brothers.
Oh, you're the only girl.
I'm the middle child.
How lucky.
Yeah, I love being in.
I know you do because my niece is the only girl out of two boys, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But oh my God, my niece is everything to me. Both of my nieces, they're everything. Like, yeah, they're everything to me. They're my girls I never had. I don't have girls. I have two boys. So they're my girls. I love my girls. I love my girls. But so do you ever thought about teaching how to crochet?
I actually was teaching once again prior to 2020. I was teaching like outside, not outside, but like I was teaching at a craft school, a craft store rather. So I was actually I was a crochet instructor.
And then 2020 came, right? Because that's the same thing that happened to me.
Yep, that's what happened. And then I just kind of stopped, and I really want to get back to it as well.
Right.
But it's just another thing that you have to carve out time for as well.
You know what you could do? You could use your YouTube
Yeah.
to teach them.
I know, and that's what I really want to get back into. Like I have so many things that I want to like teach and show the different tips and tricks and kind of share that passion with others, especially those who are new to it as well.
I want to know some illustration and videography and photography tips.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and that's another thing I want to show my, the photography tips that I do as well and videography because I love being creative on
That
that.
is what I want to know. Because
Like all of it.
I love it. Do you have a TikTok?
No, I don't. See, that's where I'm just like, there's too many TikTok. I'm just like,
Do you know you can blow TikTok out the box with your ideas?
see, I haven't reached over to TikTok yet.
So I just went over there, like I just went over there like a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
I'm nowhere near where I should be, but I don't think TikTok is as fun as no, let me rephrase that. TikTok is fun. I just don't have the time.
Mhm.
I don't have the time because I put a lot of my time into my business.
Mhm.
So that's exactly probably where you're at too.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Yeah, I like to have a little bit of limits because I don't like to be online for too long, and I don't like to have too many because I feel like it's a distraction from being in the zone. And I like to kind of like not have any distractions and just be in my own little world and crocheting and just being creative and not have any kind of influence because I don't want to be on my phone for too long.
Little John does the same thing. You know, Little John Yarns?
Mm-hmm.
She does the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I need to learn.
I try to limit myself. I'm like, okay, only be on for this long and then, get back because, next thing you know, it'll be hours and you're just like, I didn't even realize it. So
I don't think I'm on it what I do is I post. I post more than I'm actually looking at other people's content. Because some people say, did you see this? And I'm like, huh? What? Or if they say, oh, do you know this person? No, I don't know them. I don't know them. I'm sorry.
I feel I'm so late on things. I'm just like, what? What happened?
That's how I am.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm always late to things. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even, that happened?
It's okay though, because I think that I'm still growing in the social media thing, but you have Instagram on lock. So you ain't gotta worry about Instagram. You ain't even gotta worry about Etsy either, because you got Etsy on lock. You got it. You got that on lock. And what I admire about that is it doesn't go to your head, and it's not something that you could tell. It's like, because I've reached out to so many people and they don't give me, like, you could tell they saw my message, but they don't say absolutely anything. Not even a I can't right now. I appreciate it if even you say I can't right now, or that's not my thing right now. I'm shy. Somebody did say that to me. I'm a little shy, and I'm like, no, don't be shy. You can't be shy posting all these pictures and on TikTok all the time. You can't be that shy. And it's a guy too, and I'm like, I'm trying to get him on here. Like, you come on with me, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. I'm kind of cool when it comes down to like people being nervous. That's why I do the 10 minutes beforehand, just to calm everybody down. And that's why I was trying to tell him, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. Don't even worry about it. We're just conversing. We're just having a conversation. That's all.
Because like I said, I'm more of an introvert, so I am kind of naturally reserved, but I don't feel like I'm shy. I'm just kind of like, let me just tiptoe my way out. You know what I mean? So like, once I'm like, okay, I'm good.
See, I'm naturally good at this, I'm very humble though.
Yes.
No, but I just wanted to know, like, what made you do the Etsy? Because you had your patterns and you wanted to make passive money, like.
Well, once again, it's another thing that was kind of like, oh, why don't you do this? Like everything that I've done has been someone pushing me to do it. Instagram was, oh, you should share, your ideas and your creations. And I'm like, okay, maybe. And so I started, and then I do that, and then people are like, well, I want to make that too. And I'm like, okay, so I guess I'll make a thing so that I could share how to make it. And then it just kind of like little by little, it grew from there.
Okay, so you have to think.
It was never like out of any type of, self-motive, like, oh, I want to do. It was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to come from a genuine place, and I want to share and be able to express creativity with others who have the same adoration as I do, and I want to help them create the same things that I do, because we all share this passion, and
right.
So cool and so awesome.
That is something I need to learn. I do not make patterns. I make graphs for the patterns. So Ashley, right, I wanted to tell you something, right? So since I'm graph and queen and you crochet, how about we collab? How about I do a graph for you?
Yes.
And you make it into something, and you tell me what you want, and I create it, because the way your mind work and my mind work, it'll be so phenomenal.
I'm here for it. I love collaborations. I love bringing two creative minds together, so I'm here for it.
I am thinking of making something, and you could take it, do whatever you want with it. I don't care. You can do whatever you want with it. But when I make that graph, just create it to whatever you feel, and it'll be just two creative minds as one.
I'm here for it. Yes, let's do it.
Yes. I'm excited because I love making graphs, but I think I love it even more when someone else creates it, especially when they make it their own. So I can make the graph, but you're bringing it to life.
Exactly. You're planting the seed, and they're giving it growth, and they're nurturing.
Right. So you understand, because you make patterns. So when you see other people making your pattern, you're like, oh, I birthed it. That's mine.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see, that, especially knowing that someone took the time and they made something, with their own two hands. That's a beautiful thing to be able to share, and also them have their own vision and twist to it. I love when people add their own thing to it. It's like one of my favorite things, because I'm all about pushing originality and pushing being unique and doing your own thing.
I am all about different, like being different, being unique. And so when I saw your page, I'm like, I love her pictures. I love her illustrations. I love this. And like I said, I saw you on Etsy before I saw you on Instagram. Instagram, and I'm like, oh, so how do you feel if somebody purchased your pattern, right? And
Mhm.
then they take it and they make your pattern, but they change it a little bit.
I've actually had people send me emails and of how they changed it, and I love that. To me, it's just like I didn't even see to do it that way, but I love that. I love that because it's you're doing it your own way, and I love that you don't have to follow what I do. To me, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I did it, because I love being able to interpret, and I love seeing other people interpret things their own way, because we have our own perception of things and how we want things to go. And to me, I love it. It's such I think it's the coolest thing ever.
So I'm easing my way in now, Ashley. I'm easing my way in. Okay, all right. Now, listen, right?
Oh, she ain't close to the camera.
I am really, really, really into originality and making
Yes.
wrappings and stuff like that. So this is why I'm asking you those questions, because I want you to take one of your patterns or something that you just feel and just make my graph and make it into something really beautiful.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I'm not a clothes maker at all. I don't do clothes. I'm not that thing behind me. I keep it behind me to let somebody know I can make something, but I'm not a clothes maker at
Yes,
all.
that's the evidence right there.
Yeah, I tried, but I can't do it. Ashley, can you stand up so we can see your beautiful shirt?
Are you sure? Yes.
So turn around. Like,
Do a little.
what did you put on there? Is
They're
that?
like little baubles.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Nice. So do you make all your clothes, or
I
you
make
just
all of them.
so you literally walk around with just your fashion?
Yep, I just wear my clothes.
You need to do a fashion show. You ever did a fashion show?
No, but that's like on my dream list that I want to do. It's in I have another notebook of ideas that I want to do in the future. If, once I have that opportunity to get into different endeavors, I would love to have a fashion show. Like, I already have the ideas in my head, how it'd be designed, and one day putting it out into the air.
Absolutely. You know what? Somebody's gonna listen to this and they gonna contact you and be like, "Can you do a fashion show with us at this such and such place?" And I love when you put stuff into the atmosphere and it's like accountability.
Yes, that's why I write it down. I write down my dreams. I write down my aspirations, things that I would love to achieve and reach. I believe in putting it into the air and bringing that positivity, because it'll come to you if you truly want it.
Right, right. I am also going to try to do more of that, putting stuff out in the atmosphere, because I say I'm gonna do some things and then I get overwhelmed. And
Yeah,
then it's like, oh,
it's the human. It's the human, and that's why I like to write it down. I write it down over and over again to kind of keep that in mind. It's not like a resolution or anything like that. It's just kind of like, this is what I love to see for myself, but it's all within time. It's nothing like, this isn't a race. This isn't like, it's a marathon. Life is a marathon. You have to get through hurdles. You have to get through setbacks, but you just keep on walking, you keep on running, and you'll get to where you need to get to when you need to get there. That's how I feel.
you have such a beautiful spirit. You have like very very beautiful. I like that about you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So do you have anything that you're thinking of doing, like for the near future, besides Black History Month? Like anything big that you're trying to do besides Black History Month?
I have a few things in mind. One of the things I want to get back into is I would love to be able to work on a crochet book. I self-published my own one about 2-3 years ago, and I'm trying to do another one hopefully this year where I self-publish it. I did all the photography. I put some poetry in it too. And so I want to do that for myself because I love books and
Aw.
create another one and share that. So that's
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
That'd be really beautiful. So people can see the other side of your creativity and because I know that you write very well because you say you write all the time. 'Cause I like to write, but I don't write all the time
Mm-hmm.
at all. I love to write. I've always did journals when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger. And my mom always said I was going to be a journalist. And I ended up being a nurse. And now I'm a crocheter. So, journalist, not necessarily, but I did have the love for it.
Yeah.
So in my writing, some people say, "Oh, you write very well," and I'm like, "Thank you." And then I keep on going. It's
Yeah.
not something that I ever thought I would do as a profession, just something I
Mm-hmm.
do on the side.
Yeah.
So is crochet a side hustle, or is it something you want to make mainstream money, like full time?
Well, that's why I kind of fuse all the things that I love. I love photography, videography, and I love writing, and I love to create and fashion and all that. So I'd love to kind of create this whole kind of I guess, big bundle of all this stuff and kind of work from there. So I would like to push the crochet endeavors forward.
Because I try to educate and tell everybody that you can't just crochet to make a living. You
Mm-hmm.
have to have other things going on. So, Little John Yon say, 'cause I always talk about her because she's like my role model, and she says I'm hers, but that's crazy. But I love the fact that she says you have to have at least 7 things.
Yeah.
7 different types of income coming in order for you to be well taken care of. And I'm only at 5, actually 4 going into 5. So I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. Is that something that you are working on, or what are you doing career wise?
Because when I had said that I moved back to Texas for a photography videography job, and I do events and whatnot. So that's kind of like what I would also do, a freelance photographer and videographer, and I also do editing as well. So those are usually like from the weekends, sometimes during the days, but 2020 happened too, so that was an issue. So, but primarily that's what I would do as well, along with the stuff that I do.
Gotcha.
So it's class instructor, photographer, videographer, all of that.
Yeah, I have a best friend who is a videographer and she edits and she does freelancing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, I'm like, how the heck does she do that? How does she do that? And then I started dabbing into a little bit because we all went to technology high school, but back then we didn't have what we have now.
Yeah.
But back then, it wasn't that long ago. I just have a son.
We didn't either.
My son is in college, so it wasn't that long ago, but it was long ago. But when we were in high school, we went to a technology high school, so we learned a lot of different stuff with technology and computers and stuff. And so I always had a love for technology and computers,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't something that I wanted to do as a career. So even with me crocheting, I still add that in a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
if you look at your thumbnail is a little different than everybody else's because I wanted to make yours more like your personality. So I could have made it way more. If I would have thought about it, I probably would have like hooked it all up and made like the universe and everything. But
Yeah.
because I thought of it at the last minute, I just added a little bit of editing to it because I just use one little app and I add different pictures. It's just one app. Only thing I do is add the picture and I change the name and that's it. But with yours, I did a little bit more editing. Do you use what type of program do you use?
Well, for when I do my photography, I use a handful of different sites. So I have Photoshop. I also use online editors like Ribbit or PicMonkey.
Yeah.
And then after doing all the layering and the editing on the computer, that's when I transfer it over to my phone. And then I a handful of different apps on my phone just to edit it before I post.
Isn't that crazy? Don't you want just one thing that does everything?
I wish that would be a perfect world if everything
right, right?
Like I'm having to do this and that and send it over here and do that. I'm just like, my goodness.
Because that's exactly what I do. In order to do a lot of the editing and stuff, I'm like literally transferring files. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
It is, because everybody offers something different. So can y'all just come together? That's what I want to know.
Listen, I'm at the point where I'm about ready to do it myself. Yeah. I'm about to bring it all together myself, because that's the type of person I am. I like, listen, if y'all can't do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah. Hey, and DIY it.
Yeah, but that's what I was wondering, because I wanted to know if there was one app you was using or one software you was using, but you do what I do, so I'm like, I don't feel bad.
I have a handful. I'm too scared to count them all out, but it's at least about like five different apps.
It is, yeah. I use a lot, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to use all of these different.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it because the outcome is beautiful, but it's a lot of work, and I don't think people realize that simple picture is not so simple.
Oh no, it takes about hours. It takes a good hour or so, depending.
Your
computer.
Right. So the YouTube video that I saw was like a minute long. I guarantee you that took you all day, right?
Yeah, that's an all day because that's about Final Cut Pro. So all the and the rendering and all the editing. Whew.
It was the one I saw was which one would you wear? The Wonder Woman and
yeah, my brother edited that one.
Oh my God, he's good. He's
good.
And then the one with the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Yeah.
I was like, she got any more? Like, Ashley, we need to make some more.
We have like a whole bunch of ideas. It's just we're gonna get it together.
I want to do it. I wish I was there. I wish I was in Texas. Like, I want to do it. I want to be there.
I was back on the East Coast. Yeah.
I get so excited because I love illustration and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is
it's so much fun. It's so creative, and you get to create like exactly what you want to see. And that's the part.
You put them together between crochet and that's basically what I do. So the fact you put them together, I was like, oh. What?
Yeah.
What is your book? What book that you was talking about? Where is it? Where can they purchase your book?
It's on blurb.com where you can like create your own book. So it's called The Autumn Tales. So I think it's on like my link tree, a link to it. So it's at blurb.com.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the description so you guys can get to it. When you is it something that they could purchase?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the description.
Mm-hmm. Or you can get the PDF. You know, what do you call it when it's just online? Is it a PDF?
PDF.
Yeah, a PDF.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right, because some people are asking about it, so I'm gonna put it in the description as soon as we get off. All your information is gonna be in the description, which is your Etsy, your Instagram, and everything. I'm gonna put your book in there as well, so that they can support your book. And I'm gonna add your YouTube because I saw that you're literally only 2 people away from getting to 1,000.
Am I really?
Ashley, we got you to 1,000, so you can at least do one live.
Okay. I'm gonna get that. Okay, that is going in my book. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna get them videos going.
Yes, because you're literally 2 people away, and then once you start doing that, you could be monetized.
True that. Okay.
Yeah.
I really want to get back to it, and it's been on my, it's been right there. I just need to get to it.
Yes. Absolutely. And I would love to watch it, and I would love to see it. I'm like, I want to see what she's gonna do next.
Yeah.
What else she gonna do?
Yeah, so many different kind of things that I want to do that a bit different, but also just kind of add my own little weirdness to it.
Are you the type that are that you don't mind constructive criticism, or the let me do it my way because my way is okay for me?
I feel like I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm open to any kind of criticism. Granted, you take that a lot heavier than you do with the positivity. But I feel like it helps you grow. And if you're open to it, that's how you can, work on those areas because, like I said before, we're human. I'm not without flaws. There are areas where, I could work on and, I am able to crochet clothing, but I was never at this position before. And it always takes learning and always takes, you know, working on it. And I've said before, like we're all human WIPs walking around. So, I feel like as a human being, I need to be open to kind of a different perspective, maybe something that I'm not seeing that I could work on to improve. Because I feel like with everything, you never stop learning. No matter what age you are, you never stop learning and you never should stop learning. And you should always have the opportunity to grow and educate yourself. I know crochet, but I don't know everything. And that's why I don't like to say that I'm an expert because I don't know everything. There are a lot of things where I'm running to YouTube, but I'm like, now how do you do this? So I mean, I feel like you have to be open to everything because you can't really close yourself off to anything because you'll end up kind of making too many walls and you'll be stuck in a box. And where are you going to go? You put yourself there by only listening to yourself. So I love
That's
hearing and perceiving what other people
true.
say.
That's true. That is because me, like I say, I'm graph game queen or whatever. There's still things I'm still learning. There's still things that I want to learn. There's still things that I want to create that I don't know how to create. And if someone out there knows, let me know so I can create it. But there's a lot of people out there who just feel like this is what I do and this is how I do it and I'm doing fine. And
I totally get that, but for me personally, I just
I am happy to hear that. That's good to know because I'm learning throughout the years. It's a difference between criticism and
mm,
constructive criticism.
yes,
So the way you come about it and the way you talk to someone, it
mhm,
makes a difference.
yes,
And in my younger years, I did more criticism.
hmm,
And now where I am doing the grown up thing and having a conversation with
yes,
two adults. And
mm,
we're having a conversation about how can this help my friend or how can my friend help me? And
exactly,
that's where I am at now. When I see certain things and I feel like there may be areas that I know that maybe I can help with. And I tried that before, but it didn't work out so well because like I said, the person didn't want to hear what I had to say.
yeah,
So yeah, I even also offer my like graphs. I love making graphs for everybody. So I even offer to like make graphs for certain people and some people don't get the hint. Oh, I make my own. But
yeah,
okay, I make my own too, but I don't mind someone
yeah.
else
I mean, like
telling
I said, we share this passion together. So I mean, I've never been shut down to anything. 'Cause I just feel like while we're here on this earth, we need to. I feel to be open and just share, and there's space for everybody within this creative realm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why
So,
I love doing
um,
collaborations too.
say it again.
That's why I love doing creative collaborations. It's just two minds coming together to create something.
Collaborations. I didn't realize it until I started doing more of the YouTube thing and social media
Yeah.
thing. I didn't realize how collaboration has helped me so much. Collaboration has got me to a point where now I feel like I'm expanding my creativity because
Hmm.
I was narrow minded. I was only stuck on GraphGans and I'm just gonna make this and that's it. But now I'm more open to doing so much more now,
Yeah.
and I'm excited about that because now because I love graph ganning so much that I'm taking uh what I'm learning to bring it to graph ganning.
Yeah.
The only thing I can't see myself doing is making clothes with
Mhm.
graph gands. I can't, because I'm not good with clothes at all. I'm just not good with clothes. Like I said, I tried, but with it I could do it, but I'm not gonna keep on doing it. It's not my thing
I,
at
I,
all.
I never thought I'd be able to make a sweater, ever.
And look at you now. You're
Exactly.
making a whole bunch of stuff.
I know. I never thought I could, but I just
I
felt that need.
All
And
right.
kept.
So do you like, what is your niche? Like, is it just making the clothes, or what about baby stuff? Like, do you do other things for other people?
Occasionally, I usually I really do love making clothing. First, I was just primarily accessories and all that, but then once I wanted to challenge myself, and I felt like clothing was something that was a heel that I really want to kind of like master. So I kept working on it, kept frogging, kept failing, but it was just something that I grew into, and then I developed that I don't ever want to leave it because there's so many ideas that I still want to do that I can't like push myself away from it. So primarily, like clothing is my jam. I love it.
Aw. Aw. I, I at one point in time I wanted to stop doing graph hands and just do only clothes. And then I realized you gotta count. Then I realized you got measurements. And then I realized that I don't want to do this.
What I didn't realize until I got into it, I'm like, my measuring tape is always next to me. My calculator is right there. I'm always having to write down different stitches and the measurements and all that information. And I'm like, okay. And now I'm
What
like,
if you're doing it for yourself?
hmm?
It's different when you're doing it for yourself,
Yeah.
though.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it for other people because I made one thing for myself. And I made that when I was sick. I was sick with COVID. I made it during, I don't even know why I did that. Something wrong with me. I don't even know why. No, I know why I did that. I know why. Because right before I got sick, my cousin came to me and said, "Can we do that Don't Rush challenge?"
Oh, okay.
So when she said that, I said yes, and everybody else was doing it. And when she got a group of us together, I didn't want to be the oddball out, and I was the one doing the editing on the video. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. So while I was sick, I literally like every day would pick it up, but it actually helped me get through it because I got sick in March, like when it was really bad, when we were really, really sick. So it actually helped me, and I just realized that it helped me get through some of those times where like I was literally like going crazy because I couldn't breathe, I couldn't go nowhere. And this is in the beginning where they didn't have too much like information, and my doctors, you couldn't reach them. So crochet really did save my life. It saved the time that passed by. It literally took us like 4 months, 5 months to get better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it took us a long time to get better, but the effort that I made, it came out better than I wanted it to come out. I was like, okay, Shauna, but no, I'm not doing it again. No. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, and nope.
But I love when that happens. So when it comes out,
I know, right? It came out nice. Like everybody was asking me, oh my gosh, you made that. How much does it cost? And I hate when they ask, how much do it cost? Do you get that all the time?
All the time.
Really? How much do it cost? Do you really want to know? These two hands. It's not a machine.
Shaking hands.
Exactly. Exactly. So when I say it's gonna be $450, and that's only a regular size girl. That's not a big girl size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, because if you really want it, you'll pay for it. but I have no other choice because you don't understand that time that I had to put into that. You don't understand I had to keep putting it down, but I was sick. Even
Yeah,
when I'm not sick, it's still a lot.
exactly. It is so much work. It is so much work, and you kind of wish they would see that and feel that too.
They're not crocheters, so they don't understand. So that's what we're here for, to tell them. And I don't like it when us crocheters settle for low. Like when we do give our customers our price, and I'm guilty.
Oh yeah, I'm guilty as well.
I do give prices that I feel like is too low.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why, you know, they don't know better. The
Hmm.
non-crocheters don't know better. So if I say I'm selling my blanket for maybe $150, a crocheter would be like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
But a non-crocheter would be like, "Oh, that's too much."
Hmm. I'm
But
guilty.
we are doing it to ourselves because they could easily go to somebody else who say, "Oh, I make that," and never made it a day in their life before, but they would sell it for maybe $80.
Mhm.
And then I'm looked at like, "Oh, her prices are just too high."
Yeah, that is that game. It's such a game, and it's such a maze to get through and try to figure out that straight pathway of being able to find a better way to explain all the work and all the love that you're putting into it and why, because it's original and it's handmade and it's not
But see,
coming from
that's the key word,
yeah,
handmade.
yeah,
That's the key word. I shouldn't have to say anything else.
yeah. It's that's it.
Handmade. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other talking. Like,
That's the end of the conversation.
exactly. But nobody's not realizing that hand that made it is, we're not in a third world country where we're literally like, scrambling and doing, no, like we're really putting our time and our energy and our love. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could list so many things, and then you're loving it. You love
Yes.
what I'm giving you. So why not give me a love offering?
Yes, entirely.
I am so excited that you came on. I'm happy that I do this because we are able to see a side of Ashley that we didn't know.
Thank you.
Because you are great with your content, but we want to know the person behind that content.
Mhm.
And you allowed us in to let us know a little bit about the person behind that content. That's really special for a lot of us. I
Thank you.
do this for that reason because a lot of people only see the content. They don't see the person behind that content. And
Yes.
so that's why I have this platform.
Yeah.
I am When I was depressed and I was like just on social media looking at everything, I see all the pretty pictures. And I say, "Oh, I want to do that," or "I want to be there someday." Or I can see that you got 100,000 followers, but not realizing you may go through the same thing I'm going through. I
Exactly.
never realized that.
Because everybody's going through something. That's what I always kind of look at every situation. Everybody is going through their own battle. We might not see it, but they are. And I think it's important to have a platform and also kind of express that that humanity within it all. And there is a
Right.
common thread, and we all share some type of struggle within our own lives, and it's okay.
It is, right? It is
Yeah,
okay.
it is okay. I
It
mean, to
is.
me, I always say, if you're not, going through something, are you alive? Everybody's, you know, going through hurdles, but it's just on a different path.
Law of attraction is
Mhm.
what I say all the time. The words that I speak, it
Mhm.
dictates the way I live. So if I say I'm doing great, even though I'm not, It's
Mhm.
okay because I'm alive. We're okay. We're
Yes.
stable. You know, we have the roof over our heads. My kids are healthy. So the words that I speak nothing but good things.
Yes.
Now. I didn't in the past.
Hmm.
Now. That's what I do. Law of attraction is what I do now. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's what you do. That's what I feel. Like I'm
Yeah.
an energy person.
See, I'm an energy person as well. I believe in that. I believe in putting that energy out, that positivity. I believe in speaking that and, doing the best that you can for you and continue to work and be open and put out those positive affirmations so you can get it into your mind. So you can hear your conscious speak that to you right back. You say it out loud and you say it right back to yourself. Talk to yourself, motivate yourself, influence, inspire yourself because you're going to be there for you and you need to be there for you. So that's definitely something that I'm right along with you. I'm all about that energy. You have to bring that energy out into the world, but you also have to have it within you as well.
Aw, that was so nice and motivational.
Oh, thank
I
you.
don't think a
Seriously,
lot of people see that.
yeah,
Aw. I'm very like I'm a Pisces. So I'm a
mm,
crybaby at times.
yeah,
The water really do be coming out my eyes. But
no,
I am going to say that I think that not only is your creativity great, you overall are really a sweet person, a really, really sweet
thank
person.
you.
And I thank you for coming on here and at least showing us that side. Even though you're an introvert,
Yeah, I'm trying.
no,
I'm
you did
trying to go
extremely well.
in. Thank you.
I
Thank
would
you.
have never known. I mean, you're more reserved, but you could have been just like not saying anything.
Like, did it freeze? No.
See, you even funny too. Did you make your hat?
Yes, I made my hat.
Is, is that on
Yeah.
the pattern for that?
Did I have one similar to it. I believe I do. It might be on my blog somewhere. It's about a few years old, but I'm pretty sure
Yes.
nostalgic.
Yes. That's a cute hat.
But see, that's another reason why I started crocheting too, because when I'd have my braids, none of the hats would fit my head. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own hat so I can fit my little head.
That's right. That's right. That's the type of person I am. If I don't see it, I'm gonna just make it.
Exactly. I go that's how it started off for me. I was just like, okay, well, I see it in the store. I that's all cute and all, but let me figure it out for myself.
Someone said, I bet Ashley is an introvert. It's a delay. So they we already said it, but
Mhm.
they didn't know. But yes, she
Yep.
is. But
Very.
she did very well.
I'm
And she's
like
Scorpio, not Aquarius.
I'm a double Scorpio. Yep.
A double Scorpio. Okay, she could sting you. But you could be extremely nice. I have a friend who's a Scorpio,
Mhm.
and she's the nicest person in the world. She would give you the clothes off her back,
Mhm.
and she may not have a lot, but she would give it to you.
That's beautiful.
Don't cross her though.
Hey.
Don't ever. I saw one person cross her, they were dead to the world.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, whenever I tell someone I'm a Scorpio, they just kind of.
I know, right?
I'm just like, I'm not. No, it's fine. It's all good. We're fine. Just you know.
It was just one thing that one person said, and it was,
It was like that. It was the
and she
snap.
still don't even talk to that person still to this day, and it's been like 3 years later, and I'm like, but she's like, nope, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm like,
Oh
and
no.
I'm crazy. I'm like the peacemaker. I'm like, but we could fix this. We need to fix this.
Let's talk.
Yes, we can do this. Like, I'm so up to doing this. But yeah, I learned how to leave well enough alone for the Scorpio. I
Yeah,
left her alone. 'Cause at least I'm still cool with her.
yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still good. I'm still cool. But yeah, I will never cross her. Never.
I understand.
Never, ever, ever. Is your brother, what's your brother's sign?
My younger brother is a Virgo, and my older brother, I believe, he is a July. What's July?
July Cancer.
Yes, Cancer.
He's a good home person. Like he's good for the household. I don't know. I'm so into zodiac and signs and stuff.
I usually stick with mine, but I love reading it and love getting into all the spiritualism and all that stuff. I'm all there.
So being that you like zodiacs and stuff, on Friday the 12th, I believe it is, February the 12th, I'm telling it before it even happens, but I didn't even put out anything yet. But I'm doing like a pre-Valentine's Day party, and I'm introducing my girl Ademiwa, who's gonna do tarot readings. And she's gonna do live tarot readings. I can't wait for that because it's gonna be like for love and romance. And my sister is gonna come and sing. So we're gonna do like a pre-Valentine's Day little party thingy on here. So you're invited, and you could get a tarot reading if you want. I'm getting a tarot reading, but it won't be live.
We'll be off camera.
It'll be off camera, okay? Because love, and romance, yeah. I think I want that off camera. Nah, I've done a lot of psychic readings on live, and they were actually good.
Oh wow. I've never.
You never did a psychic reading?
Never.
You don't want one?
I knew a friend who had a psychic who was her friend, and she told me that she didn't need to tell me anything because I already knew.
Now that's freaky. I don't need nobody like that around me. Because I feel like, should I say her dress is ugly, or should I just like, oh, she knows that her dress? No. Like, you can't be around me. Oh, no. But the ones that I had on mine, Toy, she's really, really good at what she do, because she actually summons up a lady by her middle name, and I've never known her by her middle name. I've never known, like when she kept saying a name, Diane, I'm like, what is she talking about? No, I don't know anybody named Diane. And this was on live YouTube, so I didn't know who was watching, if there was a Diane. She kept saying, is there a Diane? Is there a Diane? And my friend came up and she said, my middle name is Diane. I never knew that.
Oh wow.
Apparently, her mom came to her. And like I said, she didn't know this lady. Wow. She didn't know her at all. She didn't even ask her. She wasn't asking a question at that time. I think she said she was going to, but she didn't ask a question. It was her mom came to Toy, and Toy said, is there a Diane? And like after like 10 minutes later, she came on and said, my middle name is Diane. That it was just crazy. And she gave her a message, and the message was unbelievable because it was something that she needed to know.
Yeah, it was something that she needed to hear at that time for that moment. That's beautiful.
It is, and that's what Toy does. Like she's good. Like when she does this to her hair, she does this to her hair. That's when I know she's something is happening. I'm like, what's happening now? What's happening? Because she does this to her hair and she goes like this, and I'm like, okay, now what's going on, Toy? And it comes to the point where like she even smells cigarettes, she says. Like like she could feel and she could smell. She said sometimes taste. So she's like really, really into what she does. she's the one who told me I was going to be on YouTube.
Oh wow.
She was the one who told me that I was going to make money off of YouTube. She was the one who told me. She actually, the last one that I did, she told me that I was going to do memberships. And I'm like, I'm not doing no membership. She was like, yes, you are. And then 2 days later, YouTube gave me the access to do memberships. I didn't even set it up yet because I'm still staring at it like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, but she gave me so many different ideas and things. And I kept saying, but I'm not a YouTuber. She was like, that's not what you're going to use it for. You're not going to use it as a YouTuber. You're going to use it to educate. You're going to use it to help people. And I'm like, but I don't do this. So I'm that type of person. I'm always like coming at you like, but. And she's like, no, you're going to do this. This is what you're going to do. And it happened. But she wasn't the only one. She wasn't the only one. I've always had psychics in my life. And these are people who didn't even tell me they were psychics. They just had dreams. And I was involved and they told me about it. So my life was already told to me, even to the point where I had breast cancer. Someone told me I was going to be sick and I didn't know how sick. It just said I was going to be sick. So I'm like, okay, I have asthma. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I have asthma. But nothing that ever was told to me happened right then and there. It always was told to me after, like maybe years later. So when she told me about the YouTube thing, it was 2 years ago. And
that's how I feel too with everything. It happens within its own time. Like it happens, people I feel nowadays sometimes feel like things are supposed to happen that very second. But things happen when they're going to happen. And that's just how life is. You just kind of that's all it is. It's patience.
And law of attraction is just what I decided I was going to live my life on. Patience, law of attraction, and just having faith in myself and my higher power that I could just keep on going and moving. And that's all I needed, to be honest. It didn't take that much. I mean, a lot of people say it's hard because we are so accustomed to living our life the way we think we could or the way we think we have to. But our decisions cause us issues. Our decision cause us to be either good or bad. And I just take it as life lessons and keep it moving. And I educate my kids. I definitely educate my kids.
Yeah, because everybody has their own path, and I just don't kind of subscribe to that kind of following the guidelines, following like, oh, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to follow this, do that. It's just kind of, I believe you're supposed to do it in your own time, in your own way, what's natural for you, and kind of go with the flow. Those are some of the ingredients, along with patience and also just kind of being open to everything around you and that positive energy. All those kind of ingredients mixed together that helps you throughout this life. You need to carry those with you at all times.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. So what's the weather in Texas?
It's so random. Right now, it's just kind of like about medium. Like I think last week it was a little bit cold, not like real cold, but I mean, it just kind of, it's just a wave of different things.
Not East Coast cold.
And near East Coast cold.
Not East Coast cold.
It's completely different.
We're not even that cold now. We're not that cold. It can dip down, but not that bad. Don't you want to come back?
I miss it. I do. I mean, like I miss the snow. I don't miss driving in it. I miss just kind of like, I miss having seasons. I miss the fall. The fall is my favorite. It's just kind of it's just beautiful to me. So I miss having that kind of like different feelings of the different seasons. So I miss that kind of like that environment.
I don't know what I would do if I had to go to Texas or Memphis or like the Tennessee and Arizona, California. I don't know what I would do if I was to live in a climate where it's like hot, or like your coldest day would be like maybe 50 degrees. Uh-uh.
Sometimes it gets to 40 or 30.
Ugh,
But that's
I
nothing.
could do that. That's nothing. I could do that. It's that below zero stuff.
Oh, now see, I don't miss that. I don't miss having to start my car up for about an hour before it gets warm. I'm good.
So I enjoyed my time with you today. I am so excited because you're my new friend now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna do a collaboration. What would you like me to graph for you?
Well, what do you feel? Like, what is he like? I want to know.
So I'm more of a artsy type of chick. I love abstract, but then I love to do empowerment, women of power. I think that maybe I can do, being that we're gonna collab and we're gonna put two things together, maybe I could do something like empowerment, women empower, like women rock, something like that.
I like that. I'm actually thinking about doing. I have that in my little notebook too, about doing an abstract collection.
I love
So
abstract.
I have an idea for that in the.
I love abstract art. When I was in college, I had did a creative art class and we learned about abstract art, and it was just it was like my calm.
Yeah.
So I could go there and I know I don't have to worry about the loudness, and I could just create. And I'm not a drawer. I don't draw. I'm not an artist like that, but it still made me be able to just do what I want and just and nobody criticizing it or anything. So
It's just great. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want to do abstract with you. I want to do women in power. Women. We got a vice president who's a woman now.
Yes.
I want to do women. And you want to know something? March. I'm going to do something. Maybe we could do something together in March, because March is Women's Month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also Crochet Month, International Crochet Month. So maybe we could do something then. And it's also my birthday. My birthday's in March.
Yeah. It's a celebration month.
Exactly. I love when March comes. Not just my birthday, but it's Women's Month and it's crochet, International Crochet. Well, I think it's International Women's Month. So I think that we can use that month, and I'm going to do something for women, and you can make whatever you want out of it.
Okay, I'm down. I love that.
I'm going to do that. I think that would be so hot, and we could share it with all the others. I'm not even gonna sell it. I just want all females to like be empowered. Maybe I'm gonna do it soon, because maybe we can make like, I'm sorry, I'll just be coming up with these crazy ideas.
No, I love that. That's what I'm like. That's how my brain is, like 24/7. You're talking, and I'm just like, oh, we can do that.
Yes, I just love it when women get together, especially the fiber artist community. We could get together and we could do something and like make it a trend.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody who have a social media, obviously people who are watching have to have a social media, because that's how they found me. So if you have a social media, you can post something about what the movement is. So we can have a women empowerment month, because that's International Women's Month. So it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, young, old. It could be all of us just doing something, and I am down. I am so down.
Yes.
I love it.
It's perfect. I love it.
I am just so excited. I'm excited about it because I just like being involved, and my earring fell out. I like being involved with other women and just making things rock and look beautiful. And oh my gosh. And I'm also doing something with kids, so I can have them like maybe do something as well. So I'm ready. I'm ready.
Keep going. Yes. I'm here.
I am ready. Thank you so much, Ashley L. I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And
Absolutely. So I'm gonna email you when I'm done with the graph. I email you the graph. You can do whatever you want with it, and
yeah,
then we can, when you post it, just let me know. Just say, hey, I made it, and then
I'll give you some progress photos,
that'd be so great.
and then some like before I put it up, everything, and let you see it.
Oh, that'd be great. I could be the insider.
Mhm. Yes, it's a collaboration. So yes.
That'd be awesome. So before I graph, I will let you know when I'm graphing and whatever. So yeah, collaboration. And then we're gonna bring it to the world and you guys can collaborate as well. And we can bring
Mhm.
this whole movement together. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
put all your information down so they can support you. They could go look on your Etsy because like I said, I met you through Etsy. So you were like my friend. You were my friend in my head. You didn't
Uh
know it. You didn't know it, but now you
huh.
know it.
See, with time, once again, with time.
Exactly. So I'm that chick that I would go to you and say, "Hi, you're my friend,"
Mhm.
or "I'm best friend," and they be like, "Hi, who are you?" Yeah, I really am that chick. Like I'll send messages like, "Hi, sunshine, how are you?" That's
Yeah, I love that.
that's you.
I'm there for that positivity. Yes.
All right. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you again. I'm going to get back in touch with you so we can do our little collaboration thing in March. And I'm looking out for that Black History Month thing. Like, I just, oh my God. So we got the sneak peek on here.
We love you.
It's a little bit of you.
Is it?
I'm excited about that one though.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited about
I can't wait for it.
I actually have in my Etsy, I have some African art, and I'm bringing out a whole lot of African art for Black History Month.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I have so many that I'm bringing out, and I'm gonna do a whole big sale and everything. Like I can't wait to put it out for, and then it's gonna be some that's love and romance. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be Black History and love and romance for the whole entire 28 days. Is it 28 days? It's 20.
Yeah, it's 20.
I
Yeah.
didn't know if it was
Same thing too.
past that. A leap year.
Right? Oh. I'm doing the
Oh,
same thing too. I have a hearts collection, love collection, and I also have the black. So it's going to be you know a combination of both of them.
oh, and do you have a video coming too?
Perhaps.
Oh, you got us guessing. Okay, all right. So I can't wait. And so I will keep in touch
Yeah.
and we will see you in March. Well, they will see you in March. I'm going to see you. I'm going to tell you.
You see me a
You're
little bit.
my friend now.
Yes.
You're my friend.
Yeah. Yes, for you.
All right, honey bunny. So thank you guys, and check out my channel for Tuesday, Tutorial Tuesday. I'm gonna upload something tomorrow, and check out Sunday, Chronicles of a Crochet Diva, and Mentor Monday next week. And we got some new people coming on. And guess who else is coming back on? Gail, my girlfriend. That's my real best friend. Gail, she's coming back on, and she is crazy chick.
Yeah.
Something wrong with her, but yeah. That's my best friend, though. That's my real best friend. But you guys have a good one, and I will see you again on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.